Hey YouTube, this is Phil from Next Chapter Financial Solutions and Services team. In today's video, we're going to talk about wealth. For so many people, wealth is a mystery. It's a topic that everyday people don't talk about in a healthy way. A lot of people talk about wealth as something completely unattainable. For most people, they talk about wealth, they reference the ultra wealthy, famous people, pro athletes, executives, lawyers, doctors, and so on. So let's be real for a second. Most of the jobs I just described have salaries that well exceed the national average. So it's no surprise that these people can build wealth. But it should be noted, and this is a big important note, many people who don't make that much money, who make a whole lot less, can build wealth and enjoy a comfortable lifestyle along the way. At the time of this recording, September of 2022, middle class income is roughly $50,000 to $200,000 per year. Now, this is driven by a variety of factors. Number of people working in a household, the overall household size. But really, this is overall a huge problem because a lot of people can actually become wealthy. And in fact, when you learn to manage your money properly, you can build wealth and live comfortably, both before and after you reach retirement. So what is wealth? Basically, it's your total money or assets, right? That less your liabilities or debts, which you can live off of when you're without working or managing a company if you own a business. This is wealth in terms of net worth wealth. Ideally, you have a large amount of money or assets or investments, usually investment assets, that generate an income that are growing, so you can live off of that income without reducing the total number of assets or investments. So let's go deeper into the conversation in the next section. Now let's continue this discussion around wealth. To do this, we're going to talk through net worth wealth, an example of negative and positive net worth, and simple things you can do to build and protect your wealth. So again, personal wealth or net worth wealth is the total measure of all of your assets owned by a person. Then you subtract all of your debts. Examples of assets will include cash savings, retirement savings, investments, and real estate. Examples of debt will include student loans, personal loans, auto loans, equipment loans, liens, and tax liabilities. Now, let's go through an example of negative and positive wealth. So we have a person that is 25 years of age. They have about $1,000 in savings and then $2,000 in retirement, which gives them total assets of about roughly $3,000. Then they have student loans of roughly $30,000 and then $25,000 in auto loans, putting them at a total net worth of negative $52,000. So this person decides it's wake-up call time. They're going to change everything. And they hustle. They work their tail off. This is what they could change it to by the age of 40. As an example, they bring their cash savings up to $20,000. They bring their retirement savings up to $80,000. The next, they invest on the side as well, outside of retirement. Then they do real estate purchases that total of $400,000. That gives them total assets of roughly $550,000. Now let's move on to their student loans. They've just decided to eliminate it completely. They've also eliminated their auto loans. And now they're sitting on a mortgage of roughly $150,000, which makes them have a positive net worth of $400,000. They've really turned things around. And how did they do that? Well, they probably did some of the healthy building wealth habits that we're going to describe here. They gained control of their finances. They had a thorough understanding of all their options. And they lived on a budget every month that is less than their take-home pay every month. They live on less than they make every single month. And they invested the difference in themselves, in their retirement, in their savings. They set up a personal finance plan with goals that they can build on. And they're simple and actionable. They did things to protect their wealth by having a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. Why is this so important? Because I can guarantee you this, it will rain again unless you live in the desert. You will have financial emergencies, whether it be new tires, if you own a home, you may need a new furnace or a heat pump or a new AC unit. Your roof may go. If you have children, they may need braces. These emergency funds helps take care of this. And then insurance. Insurance helps also. Having medical, auto, and liability insurance helps protect you when things go wrong, so the expense is not as high. So where do you get started? How can you start to build wealth? First, you have to get a handle on your money. Determine where every single expense you have, and then further what every opportunity you have to build wealth. Then review your situation. You need to understand what is stopping you from building wealth. Is it loans, auto loans, student loans, mortgages? Do you have way too many subscriptions or household services that are killing your budget? Are you spending too much on your commute to work? When you combine a commuting cost of your car loans, gas, and insurance, maybe that's out of whack with your current financial situation. Or it could be even something as simple as you eat out too much. But you really got to review your situation and know exactly where you are. Then put together a plan to reduce or remove these blockers that you just identified. Then you start building wealth. And you need to really understand that building wealth takes time and patience. So much time and patience that I like to give people an example every time I coach them of where they can be over time. Next, I'm going to review that with you. Okay, so now we're going to go through an example. We have a married couple here. They have a gross income of about $100,000. They've really decided to lean into their financials and clean things up. And then they further decided that when they clean up their financials, reduce some of their debts, that they're able to save an aggressive 30% of their income every year. And they said, okay, Phil, what will it look like when we retire at 65 if we start at the age of 40 and we'll say in January of 2023? So I run a projection with them. It's real simple if you know what you're doing. So for each person, they're going to contribute a complete $6,000 to their out-of-work IRA. So that's an individual retirement account. And then they're also going to take advantage of a company retirement plan. Which puts them at roughly $30,000, right? So $9,000 per person in their individual 401k accounts, and then $6,000 in their individual retirement accounts. I'm happy to say that with an assumed average growth rate of 7%, they'd have roughly $2 million in savings. Further, if they said, Phil, if I'm going to get about 6% in retirement years, because I want to be a little more conservative, what would that look like in passive income? Well, that'd be roughly $123,000 per year. So you could see that over time, if you save consistently and you have decent investments. Now, I say decent because, again, the stock market has ranged between 7 and 12% annually since the inception. So we're saying 7% just to be a bit conservative, okay? So you can have roughly $2 million if you start at the age of 40. Now, if you're more aggressive and you have more money, you can see even better results. So we'll say they want to increase it by another $4,000 per person. What would that look like? $2.6 million. And again, at 6%, when they retire, that'd be roughly $156,000. So time, patience, and consistency will get you results. Anyone can build wealth. With the right tools, mindset, and discipline, they can achieve their goals. You guys can do this. So let's do a quick recap as we close this out. Again, net worth wealth is the total measure of all of your assets owned by a person or a couple, less all the debts, loans, taxes, and other liabilities. With a good understanding of your personal financial situation, you can build wealth. So go review your situation. Determine what is holding you back. Put together a plan for you and your family to build some wealth. Thank you so much. Finally, let's wrap this up. This video is sponsored by Next Chapter Financial Solutions and Services. We provide our customers with information, tools, action plans to transform their financial situation. If you like this video, please hit the like button below and subscribe. More videos to come. We will be posting weekly at least. Thank you.